Let's do The Independent now. And Ron DeSantis is having an issue with his nickname. It's not a problem for the big dog, though, Lewis.
Yeah, well, DeSantis, and he laughs off Trump's endless list of mocking nicknames. He says, just call me a winner, because he announced last night that he was running for the Republican nomination for president, and Trump called him Meatball Ron.
Trump claims he will never. Trump says, "I'll never call him Meatball Ron." The fake news, as the fake news claim, that kind of already calls him Meatball Ron. So it's quite clever.
Well, you could consider that to be anti-Italian, and Italians take that stuff kind of seriously. Ron DeSanctimonious, Tiny D, Ron Dishonest. He calls him Rob in the tweets that he did. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Rob, because he made a mistake once and just said, "I'm just keep on calling him Rob." I love Trump, but Trump's day is done.
Completely wrong, unfortunately, Lewis, because, well, not unfortunately, fortunately for Trump fans, because, as you saw, the Twitter Spaces with DeSantis was a complete flop. He came on Twitter, he said, I'm going to do my big announcement, but he did it on Twitter Spaces, which is a dodgy bit of tech they haven't quite figured out. And obviously, I like Musk, obviously, but it was and I like DeSantis, but it was a complete mess. It broke down. There was echoes. There was people muting themselves. It was very muted in general, the atmosphere.
But that was, excuse me, and then Paul can speak.
Oh,
that was because I know something about this. Is it wrong for him to have trusted the richest, most successful business person in the history of the world? You know, to run a platform that's going to work? It isn't DeSantis' fault. It's Musk's fault. It's Twitter people.
Either way, it was a very poor launch. And the funny thing is here, he's saying, just call me winner. He kind of sounds like Ron Burgundy, Paul, which is another Ron. And by the way, did you see Trump Jr., after the failed Twitter space, posted Disaster? So Disaster's another nickname he's got now. What do you think?
I mean, say what you like about Trump, but he's a comedian. The man is brilliant.
Yeah. Yes.
When it comes to this sort of stuff, he is absolutely brilliant. He's already got him on the ropes. Nick and I were talking about this before. Nick brought to my attention this Twitter streaming issue, which I hadn't seen, so I went and had a look at it. And it was, optics-wise, an absolute disaster. And technology, there's risk mitigation that could have been put in place there, and that is, don't do that. Just do what Trump does. Stand in front of 10,000 adoring fans with your arms wide, brilliant lighting, saying loads of funny bants, and you'll smash it. And this is just fodder for Trump.
But he is not Trump.
No.
Number one. And the mainstream media and the Democrats want Trump to be chosen. Because he's the easiest candidate for them to win, because there's a lot of hostility to it.
It's a risky tactic, though. I mean, I think, just lastly on this, I mean, I've said this for a while. I said it to Toby Young on my podcast, The Weekly Skeptic. He was very pro-DeSantis. A lot of people are, because he was good on policy in Florida. But I said Trump's charisma is just next level, very hard to compete with. Someone posted on Twitter today their wife hadn't even heard of DeSantis, whereas Trump is one of the most famous people that's ever lived. So very hard to beat that.